Hello everyone, this is CJNovo992 and today, yes, we are back with a brand new video. Spoiler alert, it's nearly a carbon copy of frickin' Saturday, but yet we're here to talk about something we have waited, something we have hoped, something we prayed for, a game in the Champions League group stages, and that's what we've all dreamed about, ladies and gentlemen, and almost like all dreams, they eventually turn into nightmares, because that's exactly what we just witnessed. Is that finish Ajax 4, Rangers 0, and a game of football that I can comfortably sit here and say to you, honestly, that could have been 8 or 9-0. Now, as every single person who knows is going to click on today's video, I'm certainly going to be looking at it from a Rangers fan point of view and speak about this Rangers team, because trust me, if there was ever a video, if there was ever a week to speak about a Rangers team, it'd be this one right here. But before I do get lost in that and I speak about some of my problems and issues, the manager, the board, the players, the attitude, the work rate, everything we're going to talk about in today's video, I do want to just hold my hands up and say Ajax were utterly fantastic and played football the right way. The way that they passed and moved that football, and some of the build-up play, the link-up play was genuinely incredible. Now, we obviously discussed in yesterday's video just how good that they actually are, and I even said in that video how good it was to actually watch football be played like that. Everyone wants the ball, everyone wants to take it forward, everyone's willing to be the guy, and then getting to sit and watch the entire game of football and getting to see it, it is just the joy. So if you're an Ajax fan, congratulations, you've got some team, and honestly, everything I'm going to talk about in terms of how we played, even if we were at best tonight, I wouldn't even be able to argue and say we'd been able to beat an Ajax team like that, because again, some of the football was genuinely beautiful to watch. But, and again, there is a but, I think there is some minimum requirements you can have going into a game of football. Again, you can get beat off a better team, and Ajax are a better side than us if we're looking player for player, how they go about their business and everything like that. They are a better team than us. You can accept getting beat off your better team if you go doing frickin' swinging. If we went out there and we just kicked every ball, we chased every blade of grass, and we just got put to the sword, and we lose, and you can always just hold your hands up and say, well, we gave it our all. But what I saw today, and I don't know if I'm completely wrong, maybe it's too raw emotions and everyone's going to shout me and say, nah, CG, you've got this wrong, and everything, this is the way it was and everything like that. But what I saw in that game of football was a Rangers team just void of intensity, just void of inspiration. I saw a Rangers team run 6 kilometres less than the opposition. We got thumped in that game. We got thumped at the weekend. All we've heard is reactions. 10 of the 11 that got scalped on Saturday was selected ahead of this game. Reactions, all these keywords, all these prop words in the media, and they came out there and limped to that level of performance where again they ran 6 kilometres less and they only got 1 shot on target in the entire freaking game. None of them wanted the ball, none of them wanted to be the guy, and we all looked like, genuinely for the first 10 minutes of the game, we just wanted it to actually be over. Now, I want to mention one thing to you, right? And I want you to think about this. Dortmund away, right? Think of that game of football, how we approached it, how we went about our business. It was under the same manager, it was the majority of the same players. We didn't need new signings or that for that, but what we did in that game of football was chase every single blade of grass down, tackle, win every 50-50 and just go at our opposite number and being utterly fearless. Now, some people say, aye, well that was last season. Well, think of PSV away if you want to start doing that. We saw effort, determination, high press, getting stuck in defending for our lives. What has happened in the last week or two, people, that's made this team look like they didn't even want to be there? Because again, we can get beat off an Ajax, and maybe even if we were at our best we'd have been beat off Ajax. I didn't even pick us to win in yesterday's preview video, right? I thought if we were at our best we might be able to get a draw for the game. I know this is a very, very good Ajax side, but at the same time, when you're the underdogs in the group, the least that we can expect is to outwork the opposition, chase every single ball and actually make the opposition have to beat you. People, no, hand it over to them because you're sitting here feeling sorry for yourselves, walking about here, letting guys run, pointing a finger at him, shouting and blaming for it. I'm sick to death. Every time we concede a goal, I'm seeing 3 or 4 players shout at each other and blame each other. Where are we as a team right now? It is utterly pathetic. Where we went from a team that fights together and battles together and has each other's back, it's almost like, right, I've got my individual role in the game. This is nothing to do with me. If we concede, it's completely your fault. All that needs to go, people. We are completely so far away from what we were at our best that it is very hard to see us getting back to that stage. And again, when you see that level of performance and more importantly effort, because again you can lose any game of football, when you see that level of effort when you're supposed to be on a response, it does get some alarm bells, because you usually know what happens when this slide starts to happen. It's usually the manager goes, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of discussion about that in the comments section below, and trust me, I will get there as we go on in the video. But sometimes people, the players, need to just pull their socks up, check they've got their crown jewels screwed on, and go out there and play football. Because yes, the manager has got a lot of things wrong, and I'm going to speak my opinion on that as well. But when the whistle goes, it's about going out there and battling and fighting. And let's be honest, as the manager who's brought us all this money in at the football club being backed at all, has been given the players to being able to go out and improve his squad? I don't think so at all. Do we look at our team and think we're more than capable of challenging in the Champions League? All BS, joking and banter and all that to one side. I didn't think so. Did we all think going into the Champions League that once we got that moolah we would be able to spend some of it? I think we would all unanimously agree on that. We didn't agree on much here on the channel, but I think when we qualified for the Champions League we expected some in this team. But he's no got it. So again, I do feel bad for him in that way, because I don't think the board's done enough for him and backed him enough, and I don't think the players have done enough with the effort in that game of football. But where I start having problems with Giovanni Van Bronckhorst is he's picking the same players who continue to perform like this. He's no making the changes. He's got no plan B, and he refuses, point blank refuses, to change the set piece style defending that continues to hang us every single time we play a team of any set piece quality. It's infuriating to watch, people. So yes, I understand the money being able to spend with this. I understand the players are letting them down, but why are we persisting with the zonal marking that gifts goals away every single week? Can somebody tell me? For me, that stubbornness is causing a lot of problems in this football club. It's not worked at all. And again, we started making the change after we won the league. We went through and we done all that fantastic stuff under Gerrard, man to man, someone on the post. Every man had the responsibility. Sorry, every man went after the ball, and we had one man on the post. Now we've transitioned into zonal. It wasn't working under Gerrard. The red flags were already out, and since Giovanni has came in, he has not done anything to change it. And when questioned at these pressers, because people give the fan media guys and everything a lot of hard time, I've heard them ask the questions in these pressers, what about the set piece defending? Is there going to be any changes? And as we've discussed here on the channel, Giovanni has refused to make changes, saying he will stick to the zonal marking. And again, stuff like that is only going to make things worse for this football club, because it isn't working. And honestly, I'm sick to death actually seeing it. Madness is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Well, hello, is anyone actually paying attention? It's all we seem today. So we are a complete mess in so many different areas, from the boardroom unwilling to spend, from the players that's gone out and performing like that and getting ran off the frickin' park and looking like they've chucked it under the manager, and again the manager not learning his lesson, not adjusting or changing things that aren't working. So yeah, there's problems everywhere right now, and I'm genuinely shocked at this, because I thought after what happened last season and the way it ended and everything like that, we'd have learnt a lesson and would have went in to this season. But people, I am very bitterly disappointed about how we're looking at a football club right now, because we've just been beat 4-0 on Saturday, we've been beat 4-0 on Wednesday, and both games could have been a hell of a lot worse. And if you want an even more sickening start than that, that is 3 hours of football, right? No counting any extra time, right? That's 90 minutes and 90 minutes. People, we have mustered 3 shots on target in that time. That there is a disgrace. So apologies for spending so long talking about the overview of the game. I know you are here for the game recap and that, but I just felt like I had to get that off my chest and get that off my shoulders. That's who I feel right now as a fan of this football club that eats, sleeps and breathes this football club and love everything about this football club. It is absolutely soul destroying seeing them going out there and putting in those limp displays. Again, I can take getting beat. I'm not throwing my toys out the pram, but the effort that's there, honestly, it's just not good enough. So as I go ahead and transition and speak about the key points of the game and give my thoughts on the goals that were scored against us, let me know your thoughts and opinions, how you're feeling right now. If you didn't mind, I know not many people want to actually talk about it, but again, win, lose or draw, we're always here, so I'd love to know how you're feeling, especially regarding the manager and everything like that. Let me know how you're feeling. So let's get into this game. I mean, the closest we looked to getting a draw or anything for this game was the 2 seconds before we took kick-off, because we passed it backwards, and that was kind of the summary of the actual game. And again, not too much was happening. We had one long ball to Ryan Kent, but he refused to take his man on enough and ended up cutting back it. But again, it was a nothing opportunity. Again, it was just so lack any muster or quality going forward. And after 9 minutes, we got our first warning as it was a set piece that presented a free header, people. 9 minutes into the game, I'm not even going to say it's a warning sign, because we've had these since the freaking first game of pre-season versus Sunderland, and I'm sick to death. Look, it's continued in every single game this season. Every single game last season, so I'm not going to say it's a warning sign anymore. I'm just saying if you're playing defensive free header bingo, it was the 9th minute that you need to pay out. We didn't learn a lesson, of course. Whenever in 5, 6, 7 minutes later, after some more Ajax pressure, another set piece comes in, they whip it in, and the big centre half gets a free header 6 yards out to slap it into the back of net. And you would say it's laughable if you're just dead inside and everything like that, and maybe I'm getting to that stage, but it's almost criminal when you look at it. You've got your only one centre-back sitting in the middle, the only guy that can win a header in your team, and you're telling him to stand there and body people. Like, genuinely, I know someone say, every other club does zonal marking in the world, and they didn't agree. Every other club's got more than one player there 6'1" in their team. All we have is Connor Goldson's height, and the big man's no even jumping people because he's to stand there and shield off other players. Like, am I making any sense to people? Look at this goal back. Tavernier's marking Connor Goldson. Bassey's got a free jump on Lundstrom. He just doesn't get enough of it, or doesn't get anywhere near it, sorry, doesn't time his jump. And the big centre-half who scores for Ajax is standing next to Sands, and Sands looks every bit of a centre-mid at this point as he just runs off him, gets a free header, it's tapped in. It's genuinely shambolic. But again, I feel like I'm sick to death of saying this to you, because it doesn't matter it doesn't matter how many games we throw away. We will not change or adjust or tweak this at all. We stick to the same thing that doesn't work. And that's the fault. And that, for me, is the fault of the manager and the coaching staff. I don't know if it's arrogance, or is it stubbornness, or just an unwillingness to change or adapt, but that for me is directly on them, because they can control it. They can't control if the board's not giving them money to spend, and I'll hold my hand up and say the board's not been good enough, but the manager can change that, and he's point blank refusing to actually do it. But where that was bad, people, the next 90 seconds of play that we're going to break down is even worse, because not only do we concede the second goal in the game of football, which is again really poor defending in my opinion. I know it gets a lucky deflection off the boy, but just look at that left hand side of Rangers Football Club. Look at the nearest midfielder to it, Glenn Kamara. He's no a defensive minded player, he's no an attacking midfielder. If you're going to play him, it needs to play in a midfield three. I don't know how many times we need to talk about the same thing. It is completely wide open on that left hand side, and it's a nice little skill move. I think it was something that he created himself. I don't know if it was lucky or no. I'm going to give the guy a benefit of doubt because of his quality on the day, and then the guy cuts inside, it hits off James Sands. Yes, on paper it's lucky, but I look at the actual way that the game unfolded, and it's just not good enough for Rangers at all. And now it's 2-0 and you're thinking, right, that is the mountain up frickin' there. Oh no, this could get bad. Let's just get on the ball, let's keep the heat, and let's see it till half time and figure some stuff out, because again, we are getting passed off the park. But we couldn't even do that. We're playing hot potato with the ball. Nobody wanted it. Nobody could do nothing with it. And we end up giving it to them right away. And almost like, oh man, the way this actually breaks down. Tavernier in this game of football was going to get so much bad publicity, and I understand it because yes, he was really bad, especially for this goal. But I've sat here and said it doesn't look right. It didn't look right on Saturday. Wasn't he putting balls into the box? He wasn't getting up and doing. We know the lad who was carrying an injury, despite it being shot down and everything like that by into the media and everything like that, saying no, he was all right. He's clearly hurt and injured on Saturday, and he was clearly baffled back that way. He can't get near him. He's trying to pull him back, but he's not. He can't get involved in the game at all. And to be fair, the goal is special. Like, see the way he goes up and hits that in the top bin. That's a Champions League level goal right there, and I thought that boy was absolutely sensational, and we couldn't get near him at the end of the day. But you're looking right there, we're playing someone who's hurt because we've not spent the money to give him a proper replacement or someone that can come in and actually play, and we can't afford to do that in the Champions League. And I know people will come out and say, we shouldn't be expecting to compete at this level when we've not spent that money. But the second you start to accept that level of thinking, you'll never go anywhere in football. As soon as you look and say, right, there's a glass ceiling, you're finished there, people, and you'll never push on, you'll never get better as a team. So I didn't agree with that, people. I still think when it's a game of football, you can go out there and run your arse off, and sometimes, again, hard work can beat talent when talent doesn't work hard enough, but we never gave ourselves a chance. It's another goal from Ajax. It's 3-0 down. We get to half-time. Yes, we had a cross and everything like that, but there was nothing really to actually talk about. It's 3-0 again. Back-to-back games now going at half-time, looking like a shell of ourselves, looking like we couldn't cope with the intensity of the game as well. We got the planning wrong. We got everything wrong, and you're thinking, right, what's the changes that are going to be made? And Tavernier comes off, who again was really bad in the game, but you can see him, he's icing his knee and everything like that. He's clearly hurt. We bring off Scott Wright. Scott Wright again started the game in the Champions League. He started the European final, started the Champions League. He's still starting, Scott Wright. And of course we bring off Malik Tillman, who again was the only one, and I mean the only one that was willing to get on the ball and trying to drag us forward. People saying, but he's not getting back to... That's not his job. He's a centre-attacking, creative midfielder. We actually give him the ball and let him try to create things. And there was a spell, I think it was between the second and third... No, between the second and third goal, sorry. The first and second goal, where Tillman picked the ball up and drove 40 yards with the football with 4 Ajax players tackling him. And he passes it out to Ryan Kent, who instead of driving in after the chance was created, he waits for Barisic, who waits for Kamara, and Barisic ends up hitting it off Kamara and it goes out for a throw. Like, do you know what I mean? I feel bad for the young laddie. People were slaughtering him coming off at half time, but he was the only one that was willing to get on the ball, and we looked a shell of ourselves. Even worse when he came off the park. But the changes were going to be made. We moved to a back five, in the second half, and obviously that was going to make it more defensively sound, and Ajax took the foot well and truly off the gas. But even saying that, there was chance after chance after chance. There was good save, lucky here, and that we're not going to break down them all individually, but I sit here and say it again, it could have been a 6, a 7, an 8 if Ajax really wanted to be this afternoon, and John McLaughlin didn't make a couple good saves. And people, it was about as bad as you could possibly get in this game. Rabbi Matondo for me showed what a right winger looks like, whose first touch isn't a tackle. There was one time he brought the ball down, sprinted at his man and put a ball into the mixer that Kent nearly put into the back of net. But because Matondo's done that, he's probably going to be dropped for the next 3 weeks, because we didn't want direct attacking football. That's clear to me under Giovanni. We want someone to run there, turn back and try and build the play up. That's why it's called that, people. And I feel bad for the wee laddie. Again, he's not the greatest player or anything like that, but there is a jump up in quality in my personal opinion. He created one chance running at a man and he was scolded for it, and he'll probably be dropped next week. I don't know why he's not getting games. And we hit the post in the last minute and everything like that. And the big moment in the 70th minute happened in the game where we pass a ball out to Ryan Kent, who cuts it back to Barisic, and Barisic cuts inside, rattles one with the right foot in the top bin. It is a gorgeous goal. It is 3-1 to Rangers. Outstanding, very similar to the way he cut in versus Blackpool in pre-season. But then we're seeing VAR. Then we're seeing a lengthy VAR and we're going, oh no, what's happened here? And Ryan Kent slowly trotting back onside when the ball's played again. Can you not be bursting your gut? Get back there, help your teammate. Get on frickin' side. I think you can if you're at it and everything like that, and you want it as badly as a team that I think Rangers should have been actually doing. So Barisic was robbed a moment that he'd remember forever, a Champions League goal, because again, we're just no switched on enough. How can we be playing like this after what happened on Saturday? There was no Morelos in this game at all. People, and that was a real surprise. So I got this one wrong. I hold my hands up. I thought it wasn't an Arteta Aubameyang situation with the two of them, but it's starting to look like it actually is, because he wasn't brought on at all. Jacko came on the game obviously as well and everything like that, and he was directly involved in the 4th goal of the game. And it's just the way it actually comes down. It's a throw in, bring it down. He tries a back pass to the defence, because we're so drilled to do one thing, people, that the opposition, especially at this level, is just going to pick us off and finish us. And that's exactly what happens. Jacko tries to pass it back to the defender. Bergwijn, formerly of Spurs, of course, gets on the ball, runs away for our defence, rounds our goalkeeper. The guy's got cramp. A guy with cramp ran away from our defence, reacted first to the ball, rounded their goalkeeper, put the ball into the back of net. If that's not telling you something's wrong at this football club, I don't know what is, or what will, people. And that just summarises it. That's back-to-back games now. We've went in 3-0 at half-time, looked lackadaisical, no running hard enough, no tackling anything, energy levels are nowhere near it, and in the second half, when the opposition's even taken a foot off the gas, we can't grab anything for the game, and we pass directly to them to score the 4th goal. It's honestly just one of those weeks. It's probably one of the worst weeks in terms of supporting Rangers for a very long time. Like, somebody can let me know in the comments section below, when was the last time Rangers lost back-to-back 4-0 games and looked as bad as that? That's all I'm going to say. Yes, we had again the post in the last minute, but I didn't think Kent was putting on target. The defender flicked on. I'm not going to sit here and break down any of the other opportunities. I'm not going to waste your time with people. As a fan, I'm really gutted about what I've seen from my team right now. We wanted to see a reaction today. It was in European football. The players had to step up. They never. And again, to be fair to the opposition, they were absolutely outstanding. So I'm trying to find that balance where I give all the credit in the world to some of the build-up play, the touches, the braveness on the ball, the Ajax, but the lack of everything, it was just gave to them in the game of football. So I think I can be disappointed as a Rangers fan, and whilst giving credit to Ajax for looking every bit as good as they were supposed to be. And that's how I feel about the game of football. Very, very disappointed. Again, we've got a massive game now on Saturday. I don't know if there will be any changes before then. There probably won't, but let me see what you're thinking down in the comment section below, people. As always, I've been sieging over 992, and I will always be here, people. Win, lose, or frickin' draw, or anything like that. And hopefully there's a win at the weekend, because and these types of days felt like they were in the actual past, and we have moved on as a football club, but we've not done anything right at any level at this football club, and we're now reaping what we've sowed. And I think every bit of frustration that we've had, and every little thing, and every paper over the crack that we've continued today on this, on set pieces, on recruitment, on the manager, the this and this and this, all the stuff that we've done has all just fell away at the exact week. And this is what we're actually getting gubbed at the weekend for Celtic, and gubbed in European football, which is usually our saving grace. So people, that's all I've got to say. What about you? Let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, I've been Sage, number 92. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.